Right. Hello, welcome. For those who don't know me, I am Jane from Haberdasher on Southbourne Grove in Bournemouth. Thanks for joining us today, or joining me today, because it's just me here on my own. What I wanted to do today is to just show you some of the wools that we've got in stock. We had a delivery last week, and obviously with the national lockdown, you guys can't come into the shop and see or touch the wool. So what I'm going to do is to go through a few of the new ones we've got in stock, a few of the old favourites, try and describe the colours as best I can, and also the textures, and just give you a little bit of information about each of them. Okay. So we're live. What possessed me to go live? I don't know, but there we go. That's how it is. There should be a chat bar in the right hand side of your screen. So do just type hello in there. I probably can't actually reply to you for two reasons. One, as I said, I'm here on my own. And two is my laptop is over there under the camera and my arms aren't that long. And also my eyesight isn't that good. I have got my glasses on just in case something flashes up. So anyway, if you're there, please do just type a hello and I'll give you a hello. Okay, if there's anything that you want to buy, it should all be on my website, www.haberdasherdo.co.uk. If you can't find it there, drop me an email, give me a call, 01202 428 612, or you can type a message in the chat and I'll pick them up at the end, or when this filming is over. Okay, just one more thing to say, and that's about the lighting here. I tried to make it as light as daylight as possible, but I'm aware that for different reasons the colours don't show up that well. The greens don't show up particularly well, but it also depends on how your monitor's set up too. So I do just bear that in mind. If you order something and it's not the colour that you're expecting, that's not a problem. Just swap it over. Okay, right, so we're going to make a start. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a sock wool, or it's branded as a sock wool, but you can use it for wrist warmers, hats. It's called Zigzag. It's a self-patterning wool, and it self-patterns into either a stripe or a Fair Isle, a sort of mock Fair Isle kind of pattern. We've got quite a few free patterns from the manufacturer, free sock patterns. There's a whole range to choose from here, sort of gent socks and lacy socks and little ankle socks. There's also some wrist warmers in here, but I'll go through the colours with you and you can see. So one ball of wool will do one pair of socks or a pair of wrist warmers or gloves. Okay, and they are £6.45 a ball. They're 100-gram balls. The Zigzag is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon. That's why it's branded as a sock wool, because it's quite nice and hard wearing and easy wash as well. So the first colour we got is my favourite. It's called Clown. It is a sort of lime green, pinks, creams, greys. Okay, and that comes up in a mock Fair Isle pattern. Helen, my lovely colleague, has knitted this great pair of socks using Clown. I don't know if you can see the pattern there. I'm just checking that I am actually streaming. I haven't seen any of you say hello yet. Right, so there's that one. This one is a yellowy mustard, and that is called San Diego. This one is greens and blues and browns. This one doesn't show up on the screen very well when I looked at it earlier. This is called Cocoa. That's a good bloke's colour, but equally good for a lady. And then the last one we have is called Humbug. That knits up in a stripe. The other three knit up in a Fair Isle pattern. This one knits up in a stripe. That is greys, light greys through to dark greys and blacks. Okay, so that's good blokes colours. Okay, we do the double pointed needles if you're making socks, or circular needles. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had a message come up. That's okay, just says I'm live. I know that. Right, so that is Zigzag. The next on my list is a acrylic double knit called Splash. This is the cardi that was made out of Splash that's been in our window for a while. It's just a little girl's cardi. So it's another self-patterning wool. It does a sort of a variegated stripe and a little dash pattern, but they all come out slightly different. So don't expect it to all come out like that. We've got some lovely patterns. So the little girl's cardi there in the apricot colourway. I'll go through the colours in a moment. And they also do a lovely little boy's jumper on the same pattern. So you get 2 in 1 for that. And then there's another. There's lots of double knit patterns. You can use a double knit pattern for this wool. There's a little tank top hoodie or a long sleeved hoodie. Use it in any of the colourways. Right, so the colours. So it's 100-gram ball of wool. I think all of our wool is actually 100 grams. It's 100% acrylic. It's lovely and soft. It's great for babies. It washes really well. It's $4.20 a ball. So the first colour here is called Icicle, and that is sort of white, pale silvery greys and pale blues. I'm just going to chuck it in my box down there. Apricot is the next colour, and that is oranges and yellows and pinks and greens, and that's that one there. Denim, little boy's colour. It's pale blues, suited sort of denim-y blues, and it's got a tiny splash of bright pink. This is Candy Floss. We want to call it unicorn in the shop here. That's what we refer to it as. It is turquoise and pinks. Okay, this one is called Chestnut. That is mustards and dark reds, sort of red curranty colours. Really lovely autumnal colours, those. And then this one is a new one. It's called Kiwi. It's like lime green, silver, very pale lemony yellow. That comes up in more of a stripe, I think. So that's Splash double knit. So that will suit any double knit pattern. Great for babies and young kids' clothes. £4.20 a ball. So a little baby cardigan will take 1, possibly 2 balls of that. Okay. So next one is Riot. Riot double knit. This is a self-striping wool. We've used it for making our shawls. So when we first got Riot from the supplier, he gave us a pattern for a shawl, which is called a virus shawl, which seems very apt for this current time. Anyway, we've all had a go at doing it. It's a crochet pattern. Personally, I learnt to crochet in the last 18 months, and Ali, who works here as well, has learnt in the last year, and we all managed to do it. So if I show you the shawl, which I'll show you the shawl and the colours as we get to them. Actually, that might be better. But it's a really lovely pattern to knit. It's just a repeating pattern, and it just starts at the neckline, and it just grows and grows and grows. It's quite addictive. Okay, so let's go through the colourways. So this one is called Dude, and it is royal blues, teal, sort of petrol blue, and purples. Okay, knits up beautifully. I forgot to say what it's made from. It's 30% wool, 70% premium acrylic, so it washes really well as well. It's really nice to work with. That colour, one of my customers, Leslie, she made a blanket for her camper van in that, which looks amazing. There is a picture of it on my website, no, on my Facebook page. I've been trying to get a picture of it onto my website, just trying to work out how to do that. Anyway, Leslie, if you're listening, it looks fabulous. So that is Dude. So this knits up as a double knit, so any double knit pattern will work. Let's just get these out, then I can show you. Okay, so Chameleon is the bright sort of corally pinks, purples, pale peach colours, which is what that shawl is made from. Okay, Funky is a dark sort of khaki greens, aubergines, sage greens, and that's the one that Ali did. for her shawl. Okay, I don't know if you can see that against what I'm wearing. Against black, it looks absolutely amazing. That's that one. This one is called Juniper, bright pink, grey, cream. And Helen knitted a pair of wrist warmers out of this little cable wrist warmers. We've got the pattern for these as well. So you can see it's like the ombre effect that it creates. So these are $4.75 a ball. So if you wanted to make something like a shawl, it takes 4 balls. So you're talking 20 quid. Right, now lovely summery colours called Breeze. It's like a apple green, pale blue, grey, and that's the shawl that I made. What's great about this shawl is just it's light enough that you can just chuck it over your shoulders on a summer evening, and it just gives you that little bit of extra warmth. So that was the Breeze colours. Then we've got Pink Sky, which is like a tealy greeny blue with dusky pink and very light grey shades in it. Very pretty. And the final one for Riot is called Water Lily, and those are the colours in Water Lily. There's lilac, sage green, almost a mustardy green, but it's really, really pretty colours, and that is called Water Lily. Okay. So pattern wise, we've got the shawl, the crochet shawl, we've got some home knits, cushions, blankets. We've got loads of double knit patterns as well, which I just haven't got them out. I'm just showing you a few here. This one, waterfall cardigan, that was in the window for a while. That's done in the funky colour, the same as Ali's shawl, the dark autumnal colours, and that's the pattern for the wrist warmers and hat. That's a 2-in-1 pattern, so you get the accessories on that side and a jumper on the other side. Okay, another double knit. Just going to tip it out of my bag here. These trugs, by the way, you'll see we've got 2 designs of these. They do hold a lot of wool. They're new in. This is it's grey with little bright colourful sausage dogs on it, and they are $19.95. The other one we have is, I'll show you in a minute. It's rabbits. It's just kind of a springtime scene. Right, this one is called Cotton Soft. It is a double knit. It is 100% cotton. It is really lovely and soft. Great for babies, garments, washes really well. 100 grams is £4.80. Okay, so we've got white. No explanation needed for that, I don't think. We have got rose, which is kind of like a baby pink. We've got ecru, which is a lovely pale cream. It's a nice cream. That we've got midnight, definitely not a midnight blue. It's like a mid grey, really, a dark silvery grey. And then this is grey, which is a light silvery grey. And the final one we got is a lovely summery colour, coral. Okay. Right, that's one trug down. Next up, oh, this is the other style of trug that we've got. They are $19.95. This has got like a spring scene. It's like rabbits and leaves, and a nice sort of sagey tealy green colour. Right, this is a new yarn that we've got in. It's called Subtle Drifter Double Knit. It is a cotton and wool mix. It is really super soft. We've got it in a chunky as well, and I'll come to that one later. So it's lovely and soft. It's going to knit up beautifully. I know, I can tell just by feeling it. It's 25% cotton, 6% wool, and 69% premium acrylic. God, I can't speak. 40-degree wash, so should wash and hold its shape really well. So we've got 4 colours in this. We've got mustard. That's a lovely rich mustard. We've got navy, which is almost like a 2-tone navy. It's got a darker, it's got really dark navy and then a slightly lighter blue through it as well, but it's very subtle, hence it's called Subtle Drifter, I think. And this one is Porcelain, beautiful dusky pink, and this one is grey, a mid grey. Okay, right. Price wise, acrylic double knits. These are our staple. We've got all the different colours, from black and white, reds, greens, turquoises, blues, yellows. You probably can't see them down in the corner there. Beiges and browns, lilacs and purples. So in the box here is just a few of the new colours that have come in. Let me just grab this one. So the first one up is Aubergine. It's like a deep purple. Helen knitted this cute little cardigan in that. It's the same pattern as this one, but just done in the normal double knit wool. This just takes 2 balls of wool. Okay, so under a £5 for a girl's cardigan. Next colour is Cornflower Blue. It's just a classic, lovely sky blue, cornflower blue, that kind of colour. This one is Fallow, a dusky lilac. Shiraz is a deep maroon colour, really lovely deep reddy purpley colour. This is Crocus, a lilac-y purple. This is called Tempest. It's a really deep petrol blue colour, really dark. We do a petrol blue and we've got quite a few turquoises that tones in really lovely with. Actually, I'm just going to chuck these down here. Out of the way. Okay. Silver, there's a little jumper in our window, which is knitted in that lovely colour. Wine. Need I explain that one? Probably not. I hope not. That is Dahlia. That's like a raspberry pink. And Baby Lilac. Oh, somebody's written a message, but I can't read what it is. It's too far away, sorry. Baby Pink, Baby Lilac, sorry. That's a classic lilac colour. And last out the bag, or nearly last out the bag, is Grass. It's a lime green colour. Really lovely bright green for the summer. Okay. Right, just 2 more balls to show you. And some patterns as well, actually. So Peyton's is another brand that we do. They don't have such a big range as King Cole, but we really like these 100% acrylic double knits. They are self-patterning into a Fair Isle kind of pattern. This is Aqua, and I knitted myself a pair of hand warmers or wrist warmers, because when we did have the shop open and we had to have the door open, it was so blooming cold in there. We had about 4 layers of one each, and socks and jumpers and scarves and hats. So this is a Fair Isle pattern, so you can see it's turquoise, lime green, white. Okay, that's that one. And then this one is called Breeze. That's a lot more subtle. It's lilacs, whites, turquoise, and a kind of beigey colour in there. Okay, so double knit patterns. So a few ideas. So little baby cardie or hoodie, that takes 2 balls of wool. Just a little cable jumper, it's 1 ball of wool. Cute little baby hat and jumper. You've got a slightly different design on the other side. That's 2 balls of wool for those. And then for ladies, we've got lots of different ladies patterns. This is probably a bit more adventurous, probably not for a beginner. I've had a customer knit that up. She said it knits up beautifully in the acrylic yarns. Okay. Put those on the floor out the way. So next up is Aran. So this one is called Forest Aran, and it is 100% recycled yarn. It is recycled from acrylic, wool and viscose knitwear, and also yarn ends or wool ends that from the manufacturing process, and also from recycled plastic drinking bottles. So the plastic drinking bottles, apparently they're shredded and melded together and spun out into a yarn, and they can use that. So we get a yarn which is 35% wool, 20% acrylic, 25% viscose, and then 20% polyamide, and I think polyamide is the plastic bottle bit. So 100-gram balls, they are £3.50 each. They have a kind of a cottony feel about them, okay, but they knit up as an Aran weight. We've got a couple of patterns to show you, and sorry, trying to organise myself so I could just pull things out magically. I'll go through the colours with you. So one thing you get with the Aran, Forest Aran, is a free pattern to either knit or crochet a blanket. So this takes one ball of each colour. There's 10 colours in all, and plus one ball for the border, so 11. And it's a ripple effect. It's a really lovely blanket. We've got a little video on our website and on this YouTube channel to say how to do the ripple effect. Okay. Right, just have a slug of tea and then I'll so another thing is on the little video that Helen has done of her knitting, she is using long straight needles. The pattern does call for circular needles, but as the blanket gets bigger, it gets really heavy. So we do recommend doing it on these, which are called Zing. They're a bit more expensive than our standard range of pony knitting needles, but they are really lovely to knit with. They're metal, they've got a really super duper point on the end, so they're just really lovely to knit with. These are 35s. You can get, we do longer 40cm ones as well. So they're about between £4.50 and £5.50 for a pair, depending on the size. Or we do a whole case of them. It's a really lovely birthday or Christmas present for somebody who likes to knit, and that goes from a 2.5 up to a 6mm needle. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 pairs of needles there. Okay, and that's about £37. That one, it should be on our website. That comes in 30, 35 and 40cm length. Okay, so that's those. Those out the way. Right, let's go through the colours for the Forest Aran. I'm just going to go and see if I can read. Oh, loving the recycled yarn. Good. It's really nice to crochet with as well, actually. I've been crocheting. I really like the colours in the blanket, but I didn't want a blanket, so I started making myself a jumper. So that's all the colours together. It's turning into a bit of a blanket because I'm just winging it. But I think the colours look really lovely together. There was this kind of muted colour. So the colours are called, well, they're named after forests, so they bear absolutely no resemblance to the actual colour. So the green is Grisdale Forest. Okay, this is one that Ali has been knitting. It's a lovely waistcoat for her husband. I don't know if you can see there, but it's not just one block colour. It's got like a fleck in it. There's like blues, reds, greens, yellows. Okay, but you can see it feels really nice as well. And she found that although it's an Aran weight and the tension says it's exactly the same as the other Arans, did knit up a little bit small. So just bear that in mind. If you are going to knit a garment with it, then make sure you do a tension square first and then adjust your pattern accordingly. Right, so that was Grisdale Forest. This is Gisborne Forest. That's the darker of the two greys that we've got. This is a dark charcoal grey, and the lighter grey is the Forest of Dean. I'm going to chuck these down here. Mustard, again, that's quite flecky like the green one is. This is Heartwood Forest, which is a more traditional Arran colour, oatmealy creamy colour. The beigey one is Epping Forest. Right, we've got there's two pinks. The lighter of the two pinks is called Wyre Forest. Okay, it's a pale dusky pink. And then the darker pink is called Sherwood Forest. Not Robin Hood in his green leggings or tights, whatever. Anyway, I'm trying not to digress, sorry. The darker of the two blues, it's a sort of a grey Air Forcey blue, is called Kielder Forest. And the lighter blue is called Balvane Woods. Can somebody tell me where Balvane Woods is? I've never heard of Balvane Woods. Anyway, that's like a light sky blue, all with a fleck in it. Right, Arran patterns. So we've got the free blanket patterns, which they come in a crochet pattern and in a knitting pattern. So they take one ball each plus one. So 11 balls comes to about £38.50 because they are £3.50 a ball. Okay, right. So little hats, kids' hats. Take a ball for those. There's some fun little Arran booties, cable booties, and cushion covers. These patterns are, they say they're for the forest Arran, but you can use any Arran weight for them. There's some really lovely cable blankets and cushion covers, and this one has got some basket weave pom-pom finish. We've also got pom-poms on a string, so you could always finish it with those. If you've got any blokes who like to have a home knitted jumper, we've got a few patterns in that. That's just one of them. Or ladies wear, that's a long line waistcoat cardie with a little bit of cabling down the front. A tank top, and then just a simple cardie that's in the green, and that one's in the mustardy colour. Okay, so we've got all of these patterns in stock. We've got more as well. I'm just sort of showing you a sample to give you a few ideas of things to do. The other Arran weight that we've got is a wool mix Arran. It feels a bit more like a traditional Arran, I guess. So this is £4.20 a ball, 100 grams again. It is 70% acrylic, 30% wool, cool wash. So it still washes okay. These are all, you don't have to hand wash these. So the colours are, this is called Oban. It's quite a traditional creamy colour with sort of brown and black hairy flecks. That doesn't make it sound very nice, does it? But it does. Okay, this is Sugar Almond. It's a dusky pink. This has got like little tweed effect flecks in it. They also did this colour in a chunky, which is what this cushion is made out of. Yeah, it's really lovely. Kind of dusky pink with a few sort of oatmeal and darker brown coloured flecks. The blue is called Dura. That's got sort of orange, yellow, green, red little flecks in it. Oh, there goes my phone. Sorry. Answer phone should cut in a minute. That looks really lovely. My sister knitted a little doggy jumper for her little puppy Hugo. He looks very sweet. There's a picture of him on my Facebook page as well. This one is Forest, a lovely deep green. And this one is Granary. Again, more traditional Arran colour with a slight fleck in it. They're all £4.20. Okay, moving on. Get rid of that one. Let me just have a slurp of tea. So I don't know if any of you have got any projects on the go at the moment, but by all means put in the chat what you've been up to, and if you've got any requests about ideas or any queries, put them there as well, and I'll see if I can answer them later for you. Right, Subtle Drifter Chunky. This is a new one that's come in to us. It is a cotton and wool mix. We've got all the colours here. It is a really lovely, soft. You can see how it hangs. A chunky weight wool. Okay, I think it's going to be really lovely for a cardigan for summer evenings. I keep talking about summer, don't I? So the mix is 69% premium acrylic, 25% cotton, and 6% wool. They are £4.95 a ball. Okay, probably takes about 6 balls for a ladies' cardie, something like that. Should knit up quite quickly. So let me go through the colours. We've got denim at the top here. It's like a tealy blue rather than a denim. And we've got rose, a dark dusky pink, confetti, a lovely soft pink, mustard, lovely warm mustard colour. Calico is the cream. It's not too yellow, that cream. It's a nice cream. Silvery grey, that's called slate. This one is walnut, which I think is a pretty good description of it. And then at the bottom we have got midnight, which is a navy blue. So they're the new ones in. They are £4.95. We've got some nice patterns for those somewhere. I'll put them in the top there. That's why I can't find them. So I think this has got my next project written all over it for me. That one, ladies' cardie, just a slouchy cardie, 3/4 length sleeves, but you could probably make them longer. You probably can't see the detail on that one. It's got like a chevron effect pattern. This is just a selection of patterns, obviously. That's like a basket weave jumper. There's a crew neck. I also do it in a polar neck. And then there's a couple of kids patterns. A nice boys version of a hoodie and a jumper. You could do that in more feminine colours, obviously. And then that's a girl's jumper. You probably can't see it. It's a basket weave effect on the bottom and then the chevron stripes on the top. Right. Okay. Other chunkies that we've got this is Big Value chunky. It's an acrylic yarn. Knits up really, really nicely, feels really soft, washes really, really well. They are £2.80 a ball, absolute bargain. We've got plain colours and we've got some pattern colours, which are a little bit more expensive, but I'll go through those when we get to them. Right, so colours we have got are caramel, which is a sort of a warm beigey colour. Turmeric, which is a really rich mustard yellow. Sea spray, which is like a jadey tealy green colour, really lovely green. Stonewash, Air Forcey blue, and this one is heather. It's like a purple, purple pinks. It's very slightly two-tone, that one. Right, so we've got some patterns. I'll go through those in a minute. Another one which is the same, it's 100% acrylic. This is called Chunky, Tonal Chunky. So it's a variegated wool. That's £4.20, but it knits up in those kind of colours. It's kind of greys, cream, beige. I'm going to say beige because it doesn't sound very exciting, but it does look really lovely made up. Okay, some other patterns that we've got in the chunky. So just a nice button neck cardigan or jumper version, a lacy effect jumper, I had a customer make this one up. It's a gents jumper. She made it up in a darker grey. Looks really, really lovely. Ladies boat neck jumper. Okay. Another wool in the chunky range is the Indulge, which is an alpaca mix. So it's slightly fluffy. It has got like a shimmery thread through it as well. It's very, very subtle. 100 grams, £4.50. And it is 70% acrylic, 9% alpaca, and 21% polyester. So it does wash okay. That colour is called Bisque. Okay, it's like an oatmeal colour with like a bronze twist through it, bronze thread through it. This is another one of Ali's projects. There's quite a few of Ali's projects here. I don't know if you can really see that. It is really lovely and soft though. That's the alpaca that makes it lovely and soft. Okay, we've also got it in this lovely rich red with a sort of darker fleck through it. That's called Matador. And then this one is like an aubergine colour with a lighter lilac thread through it, which is called Carmine. So patterns for the Indulge chunky. That's the red Matador in a poncho. We do it in a V-neck version. And then this is the Bisque, the first pale one I showed you. That's like cabling up the front. They do a crew neck version or the polo neck version. My friend has made this one. It looks absolutely amazing. Right. Just two more chunkies, and then we're on to the super chunkies, and then we're done. Doesn't time fly? Right. These are chunky weight as well. These are a wool mix. They are 72% premium acrylic, 25% wool, and 3% viscose. So it just makes them nice and washable. It's called Chunky Tweed. They are £4.30 a ball. I don't know if you can see the pattern on the front there. That's we've had that one in the window. It's a little jumper with a cable up the front. Looks really lovely. So this has got a bit of a fleck through it. This is a nice deep red, and it's got yellow, blue, green, pink, orange, just subtle flecks through it. I've seen it knitted up. It looks really lovely. Balmoral is the colour, and then this one is called Benbecula. It's a deep mustard colour, and that's got darker black and sort of oatmeal-y flecks through it. Okay, I'm on to my last pot. Thanks for bearing with me. I hope it's all making sense to you and that we have actually been broadcasting live, because I'm a little bit of a twit if I haven't been. Right, so Yummy. It's a polyester yarn. It's like a chenille. It's really lovely and soft. It's fantastic for babies' blankets, that kind of thing. We've got it in a few different colorways, some new ones in. So we've got champagne, this pale beigey colour, mint green, very subtle mint green, baby pink, baby blue, although it's called sky, but I call that a baby blue, and then white. So they're 100% polyester. They're £4.95 a ball, and great for blankets, and it grows really quickly. It's a super chunky weight. Right, Big Value super chunky. So this is the Big Value super chunky version that of the chunky. I'm sure there's another colour. There is that one. It's 100% acrylic. It's £2.80 a ball. So like its sister, the chunky, it's an absolute bargain. One ball of this will make a hat, knitting or crochet. So let's just go through the colours. Oatmeal, lovely warm beigey colour. Graphite, a darkish grey. A new grey in, it's called grey. It's a light silvery grey. Petrol, really deep petrol blue colour, really lovely colour that. Mustard, yeah, it is called mustard. Lovely rich mustard colour. And then I think this is my favourite, it's called red currant. It's a deep rich red currant, sort of purpley pinky red, really wintry colour, that one. So £2.80 a ball, 100 grams. Right, Super Chunkies. I'm on to Timeless Super Chunky. Let me just get some patterns, actually. I've got some patterns down here. So Timeless Super Chunky is a little bit of alpaca in it. It makes it really lovely and soft. So it's 90% premium acrylic and 10% alpaca. Knits up really, really lovely. And it washes and wears really well. It's super soft. It's got a twist in it. One of the really popular patterns this year has been this one. Also, this one's been quite popular. It's a two-tone cardigan. It's a really simple pattern, so it's great for beginners. It's just done an garter stitch throughout, so it's just a knit stitch. Okay, and it's not got an awful lot of shaping, so it's quite easy to do around the sleeves and what have you. Okay, so the main colour of that is sandstone, a beigey colour, and then the secondary colour is slate, a very dark, almost black charcoal grey. Okay, we have sold it a lot in a combo. The main colour is the mustard, and slate is the secondary colour. Okay, so the other colours I've got in it are denim, which is a denimy blue, silver mist, which is a shimmery silvery lilac, I guess I'd call that, a really pretty colour, and then this is a stunning I want to call it red currant, but it's called Merlot. It's quite a bright pinky purpley red curranty colour. Looks amazing with the mustard. So that's those patterns, so those yarns. We've got a few other patterns that they would look good in. Little lady's cardigan or jumper. Or this is another good beginner's project. It's just a garter stitch jumper. I think it takes about 8 balls. Okay, so these are $4.75 a ball. Okay. We are nearly there. We have one more type of wool to go. It's another Super Chunky. It is called Explorer Super Chunky. It was really popular for making hats and scarves. It's a variegated wool. Comes in a very kind of variegated subtle stripe, not single block stripes. I've got a couple of things made up in it. If I go through the colours with you. So we have got the greys and blacks is called Shackleton. Okay, so it comes up like that. I don't know if you can see that, it's quite a good man's colour. We have got Scott, just like a tealy blue and greens and beige and grey. Probably doesn't show up very well on camera, but they're really lovely colours. Marco Polo, sorry. Reds and purples and blues and greens and browns in that. That's how that one knits up. That's a pattern for a hat and a cowl scarf. We get a pattern for a cardi on the back. And then last but not least is Hillary, which is kind of aubergines, lilacs, aquas, creams. I shall demonstrate. So this is a mock cable stitch done in Hillary, and this is quite a good pattern. You get 6 different hat patterns on here. So it's the mock cable one here at the bottom. So no fancy cable needles required, just 2 normal knitting needles. And then it takes one ball, and then I didn't have quite enough to do a pom-pom with what was left, so I used one of the short ball ones that we have here in the shop. So that is it. There's nothing else on my list. So I'm just going to walk over to the laptop and see if I can read any of your questions and if I can answer them. Missed the price of Drifter. Okay, and love the recycled yarn. Glad you like it. We love it too. I'm going to take my hat off now because I've just seen myself up close in it. Right, the Drifter, the double knit Drifter is £4.80 a ball. The chunky weight Drifter is £4.95 a ball. Okay. All right. I'm going to finish up now. So thanks ever so much for listening, and really hope to see you in the shop very, very soon. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and stay busy. Bye. Oh, hasn't finished yet. I have to press 2 buttons. There we go.